What up, folks? I'm going to try to keep this short because it's cold. I want to talk to the black people in the audience real quick. Can you answer a question for me? If you can't answer it, don't worry. Don't feel ashamed. A lot of us can't answer this question. What is capitalism? If you can answer it, that's awesome. If you can't, we got to answer that question, because that is the system that is defeating our people. That is the system that's been killing us. That is the system that's responsible for white supremacy, patriarchy, class warfare. It's the mother lode. Let me ask you another question, black people. Do you know what fascism is?
Yes.
Them white motherfuckers that shot at you at the precinct, those are fascists. Those are white supremacists. And let me tell you something about those kinds of people. They organize. So we're out here. We can protest for days. We can protest for weeks. We can protest until we're dead, to be honest. But that ain't going to do enough. So the thing that the African People's Caucus, or the IWW, focuses on is political education. Because if you can't answer these questions about who are capitalists, who are fascists, who are the fascists in our neighborhood, how can we organize against them? Because if we don't, they're going to keep organizing themselves, and they're going to keep coming after us. And let me tell you something else about fascists. They are police too. The Klan are the cops. I'm keeping it real. You know that that's true. So, in order to organize against them, we got to organize ourselves. So the big thing we focus on in African People's Caucus is political education. Because if we don't know how to fight capitalism, where it came from, how to eradicate it, then we are going to be stuck in a circle of reform. And a circle of reform is going to get us nowhere. It's not going to get us liberation. We can write a law or two, it might be nice. We can, raise the wage a little bit, it might be nice. But we really need to start thinking about how to educate ourselves so we can liberate ourselves. So we focus on things like cop watch training, picket line training, community self-defense. We want to talk about dual power structures alongside of the police that are community owned. We can't have them working for us because they don't work for us, do they? They do not work for us. So another thing, we work with the Harriet Tubman Ramada School of Liberation. They do indigenous resistance training, immigrant rights training. We 500 members of the IWW are incarcerated. They're in jail. And they are organizing themselves within the system because they want to liberate themselves. They go on hunger strikes. They circulate literature. They organize with us. And we got to boycott. We got to boycott all these systems that uphold prisons in this country. Right. So the incarcerated workers, we got to uplift them too. They cut us off from 2 million of our own people because they don't want them to organize. They don't want them to have good wages in prison. They don't want them to have any freedom. They don't want them to be politically educated. We can't even get them literature because they don't want them to rise up. But guess what? It's happening. 500 plus IWW members in jail. That's real. And what they're going to do is they're organizing themselves. They're doing hunger strikes. There's female workers incarcerated in California. They're hunger striking in solidarity with immigrant detainees. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take more than us just on the streets here. We got to organize with everybody, including those that the government wants us to forget about. And so we got to have these understandings of capitalism, fascism, racism, white supremacy. It all works together. So on the count of 3, I want you to follow what I say. Say exactly what I say. Fuck capitalism.
Fuck capitalism.
Thank you.